The art to stylish makeup is to remember that what might be appropriate in our teens is totally inappropriate in our 40s.
And another important thing is that whilst you might like to put on masses of makeup, the whole point of that is to get a look that makes you look like you're not wearing any makeup at all.
And woe betide the woman with the foundation tide mark. But remember, girls, it's not just us who get it wrong.
God, I'd never have thought that of Ben Affleck.
Well, Susannah, at least he wasn't wearing eye makeup.
Just the mere fact that he is wearing makeup has put me off him. I mean, I can understand, and I'm all for men wearing moisturiser, cleansing their faces, but when it comes to full-on foundation, unless they're on set, forget it.
But let's start with the basics, okay? We'll start with a bit of concealer under those old eyes. You do that? And I think we're both very different, Suze, because I've got quite dark circles, and you're sort of high cheekbones going straight into eyes. So we put it on the same, but if you had bags, I think you'd be careful to put it on under the bag, whereas we're putting it on quite close to our eye.
We say this is concealer, but it's actually a reflective concealer. So it's very fine, it's very thin, and it takes away all the crap and luggage and baggage that's going on underneath there.
I always also do two things differently from you. I put it on with a brush, because maybe my skin texture is different, or maybe I'm more vain than you, whatever. And I put some on my upper eyelid too, because then I just start to clean up my upper eyelid in preparation for foundation.
Bottom line is, you are more professional at doing this. You know really and truly all the tricks of the trade, whereas I am probably the other camp. You know, there's going to be two camps watching this, people who are going to look and know exactly what we're up to, and those who maybe aren't quite so sure. So with fingers, it's kind of, in a way, it's easier because you feel you're more in control. And as long as you dab rather than swipe, you're going to be okay.
And the other difference too is that I've had very bad skin for many years, so I may be more obsessive, Susan, more vain than you are, you know. And so I just kind of pay more attention, really. And my skin, because I've got a few more spots and things, a brush is so much better for me. Do you want to do foundation next, darling?
Yeah. But you see,
how do you choose it best?
Well, the thing is, yes, I do, actually. You know, all those makeup artists and people in department stores, they say, test it out on your wrist. But your wrist is so much paler. It's like your bum, unless you put your bum in the sun, because it doesn't get near the sun, so it's always going to be paler. So you have to test it out between your neck, on your jawline, your face, and here. And if it matches, then you don't end up like Ben, because it blends in.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just...
So I just go like this.
Yeah. You put it on with your fingers.
Whoopsie.
Darling, you put it on with your fingers?
Yeah, I go like that.
Yeah, you do. You rub it. It's like it's a moisturiser for you. You see, I take, again, that little thing and I slowly brush it on. I think that's kind of, I don't really give a damn kind of makeup, whereas I'm going to spend hours here getting it on with my brush.
But you know what? The result is the same, because if you get a good colour match to your skin tone, it doesn't matter how the hell you put it on, really. I mean, you are a control freak, so you'd like to be more in control.
And also I'll do a little bit of finger, but where I've got, you see, I have very bad, from sun damage, I have very bad pigmentation here. So if I put that on with my fingers, I'll be nervous, I'll be rubbing it off again. So maybe it's because I need it slightly thicker than you.
Yeah.
That I'll put it on with the brush and cover up. And then take the concealer for the worst bits. Because you've got a few things to cover up with concealer too.
I've got much more than you.
No, you've got different things from me, Suze. You've got different things, but you have got that nose situation going on.
Let me just wipe that off, actually, so you can really see it. Because that, man, that's bad. Look at that. Wow.
What's that spider vein?
That's a hell of a thing, isn't it?
You will use this for it this time. Because show me if you didn't.
Okay. Again, you need to be careful to match with your skin tone. Yeah. I would just dab it on with a finger. Oops. And then
it's coming off again. See?
You're right.
It does come off again. So use the brush.
Okay, will you do it for me?
Okay. So the thing is, what I'm going to do is mix it with a tiny bit of foundation too, Suze, because I want the consistency to be quite soft. And when I put it on, I just build it up. A lot of people, when they cover stuff, which they put after the foundation, it's better to cover after foundation with specific areas, because otherwise, if you were to conceal first and then put foundation on, the foundation would take off your expert concealing.
Yeah.
Okay? And another trick also, which I learned when trying it out, is you go to those makeup counters where, first of all, the women are so scary who have the makeup on, it makes you not want to buy anything. But if you try it on with their mirrors, you know, this is a really bright light, so I try it on here and it will look good. I have to go and take that mirror outside to natural light and look at it. And you've got to do that before you buy your foundation.
Absolutely.
You know, because otherwise it's just, you think it's great, you go outside and you look like something that should be on a transvestite show.
Okay, so that's...
Can I just say also, no, I mean, with concealer, I'm always surprised by the people who sometimes don't use it. Did you see the picture of Madonna?
No, I didn't.
With spots here. Did you not see that?
No.
She looked, I mean, she was so spotty. And that just showed me that either she's a woman who doesn't care or she's a woman who wears a lot of makeup.
And who would ever have thought that Cameron Diaz had spots? I mean, that is proper acne. That's not just a moment in time.
Yeah. Okay, I think the next most important thing is to do the brows, because they frame your face, and you can think, if you imagine Liz Hurley, do you remember her before she did her brows? She was like 2 bushes, and now they just show off her face to perfection.
And you would think, I mean, everyone says, oh, the woman's had surgery. She hasn't. All she's done is corrected her brows, and that has made all the difference to her face. It's amazing.
And then there's over-plucking, which is bad too. But the most important things I think to remember with plucking is, first of all, if you think you can do one side and not the other, get somebody else to do it. Because sometimes you see that.
What?
If you think you can do one side, because a lot of people I can do this side very well, all right? And then this side I find a bit harder. So you'll notice I'm always a little bit different shapes. So if you think you're going to be like that, get somebody else to do it.
And then there's that trick too, when you go to the edge of your nose, like that with the pencil.
Yeah.
And you pluck from that edge, the outside edge.
Yeah, so you take everything from the nape of the nose. Okay.
There.
And then the other side, it's the same. So it should, in fact, have a bit of an angle like that.
So go at the edge of your eye.
Yeah. To there.
Yeah, because you never want to bring it in too close, because the thing what eyebrows do is it opens up your whole face.
Now you use a slightly different brush from me. You use that slightly curved one, don't you?
This is a brow
brush.
Eyebrow brush.
You see, I'm using a flat one because I want to actually bring my eyebrows out, because I've got a very long face and I want to broaden my face. And colours too. A lot of people choose too dark. It's to go one shade lighter nearly than your hairline. But it's just really filling in where there's less dark hairs. It's not over-exaggerating the point. Of course, so in the evening, it's quite nice to exaggerate them more. Okay, now let's go to eyes, Suze. And this is something, I don't know about you, but it's the thing I found hardest to learn. Because just getting it even, you know, I used to do as a child that really strongly, and I would have one that would go up, a dark bit, and one that would go down. So it's just gently building, building, building. Before I put on my eyes, I'm actually going to put some powder underneath, because otherwise it drops down. And then when I'm trying to take off the dark bits that have sort of littered there, I take off my concealer. But I don't know if you need to do that so much. You're not going to do such dark eye makeup, are you?
No, I think we should do 2 different. I think I should go for the more natural no makeup look.
And I'll go for the...
kind of full-on glamour. Now, the choice of makeup brush, eye makeup brush, is important. This is great because it's kind of like flattened there, so it's a sort of flat oval, and you can use that for everything.
Yeah.
And I always think you see makeup artists when they do your makeup, they have about 25 different brushes, which to me seems like a total waste of time.
Well, I think if you're a professional, it's worth doing it that way, but otherwise, I'm going to start with a base, Suze, just a kind of pearly off-white colour, which you can get from anywhere, just to clean up my upper eyelid, because I think you need to start with a kind of flattened, clean colour from the base of your eyelids to the top of your eyebrows. You see, I could just stop here if I want to be very natural. Could I just stop here, let me see, and just have, you know, just covered the colour of my eye, you know, just made it natural. I could stop there, because then my eyes brought out. I think by having a sort of off-whitish colour with a little bit of luminosity, it brightens up your whole eye.
It does really lift your whole face. It makes it come alive.
And then I'm just going to gently build up into my sockets a slightly deeper colour from that creamy colour, which will bring out the blues of my eyes.
I'm doing the same. I'm following your every move.
Into the socket there.
See, I do it just at the bottom of underneath of the brow bone and in the socket. So it's just going out a tiny bit, and then I bring it out at the edges a bit more.
Now I'm going to use that eyebrow colour, and I'm going to put it just on the top of my eyelid. so that I'm going to define my eyes and bring them out a little bit more because I'm going slightly evening colour.
See, I do that too, anyway. I always define my eyelid, even in the day.
You do?
Yeah.
Maybe you need to more because you want to bring out from that hooding.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know if I would. I would a little bit in the day, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just sort of, it shapes the eye.
Yeah. And it doesn't close it in too much if you use a powder as opposed to an eyeliner, because then you can control how soft the line is. You see there, it's very subtle.
Yeah. An eyeliner doesn't go on, it's very hard. You can't